Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So as always, there's so much to talk about. We'll be talking about Cassidy Hutchinson, the two Secret Service agents. We'll take a look at both Clarence Thomas and Brett Kavanaugh because I've been getting some hits about them. The future of Roe versus Wade. And also too, John Eastman, that is the lawyer who had his iPhone seized. So I thought we would take a little peek at that. And before we begin, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Please make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment, check out membership, okay? So here we go. So Cassidy Hutchinson, she was very brave by coming forward and testifying. My concern is, and the reason that I want to read on her, is I just got a hit as I was watching her that I'm a little afraid of her safety. Now, I do feel like there are protocols in place, but I'm just wondering if they're good enough. So let's take a look at her safety. I did find her to be a credible witness, first of all. Let me just say that. And it was, you know, for being 25 years old, that was a very courageous thing to do, wasn't it? But there also comes a risk with that. And so I do feel like more people are going to be coming forward. If you haven't watched me on Milu already, I was on Milu's channel today, so please check that out too. I won't be on Hogarth's channel this Saturday because of the holiday. I will be posting a few things here and there because I'm going to Salem, Mass. And then I'm going to be spending the 4th of July in America's hometown. And so I'll be posting some of that. Members, you'll be getting some special behind the scenes things. I know you want some behind the scenes things, especially for Salem. So I'll make sure to do that. Show you where I'm staying and, you know, all that good stuff. So, all right, let's take a look at Cassidy Hutchinson. So in a way, she is like the high priestess, isn't she? She has all this hidden knowledge, right? She knew things. And so, you know, as the high priestess, I think we need to protect her because she has knowledge that needed to come out. The obstacle, you know, we get the Ace of Cups. First of all, I do think that this was an emotional thing for her. I don't think this is something that she took lightly in the least. You know, I can't even imagine what would go through your mind. You know, think of like Monica Lewinsky, right? When she came forward, it's life altering. So if you come forward against any president, it's going to be difficult, isn't it? So, you know, and also too, it has to do with who she had a relationship with of sorts, right? I mean, because, you know, she was there with 45, and I don't mean anything unprofessional. I'm not saying that, but I mean, she had like a professional working relationship, and that is sort of what's at the heart of this matter, isn't it? Then we get the Queen of Cups. So once again, this was a very emotional thing. This was not something that she took lightly. It's causing a lot of heartbreak and grief for her. This is, you know, not a celebratory time. This, I think, is a very serious time. You know, it's a time where she's reflecting. She's being introspective. You know, she's done the right thing. And I'm really glad that this card is our outcome card. So the 10 of Cups, the card of peace, love, and happiness. So I can see that she's going to have some challenges, but she's ultimately going to be okay. And I think it has to do, there was something about like they set protocols in place. So I don't know what they did exactly. All I can see is that they did something to protect her. By the way, I did take Annie to the specialists on Tuesday, and she is doing very well, the vet said. So she'll never be cured because she has 2 viruses that are incurable. But she's holding her own, you know, and she's still eating, drinking, playing, snuggling, being Annie. So just thought you guys would, you know, should know that. So the 2 Secret Service agents that are denying all of this, I'll tell you, I just don't like their energy. As someone that is an empath, I read energy. I don't like their energy. And that's always a red flag to me. If someone's energy doesn't feel good, okay, well, why? And it's almost like it gave me goosebumps. There's something like dark behind them that is motivating them, that's causing them to do what they do. It's not a good feeling that I get. You know, I think they certainly do know the truth, but I think they're going to spin it. And then some. So let's take a look at the energy of these two Secret Service agents that are saying, no, Cassidy Hutchinson, she was crazy. We don't know what she's talking about. He never did that. 45 never did any of those things. You know, he wanted to get to the Capitol that day. You know, he really did. And he meant business. So interesting. So these are people who are fairly passionate and enthusiastic, but also motivated, you know, because this is like a business card, right? Why would they be motivated by something that has to do with business? Unless there was money behind it, right? Oh, their obstacle, the death card, their inability to change, to transform, you know, to become a better person, to grow and like spread their wings and do the right thing. So that tells me that there's no great epiphany coming for them. They're not going to see the light, so to speak. No, they're going to stay stuck in that. Oh, look at this though, their own energy. Then the next card, the poverty card. So this is not going to pan out for them. This is the card of losing it all, the Five of Pentacles. So this is not going to have the effect that they're thinking. This is actually going to have an opposite effect. So this will be interesting and something for all of us to watch as it plays out, to see what happens. And then the next card I get, Four of Swords, the card of pulling back, withdrawing, retreating. So it's almost like they're going to have to go into hiding after this. So they may want to think twice about this. I know Fox News was just all over it, and they were talking to them, and I don't know. So there was two Supreme Court justices I wanted to look at. The two that I think don't have any longevity as Supreme Court justices, and that's Brett Kavanaugh and Clarence Thomas. I think they're going to sow as much discord as they can, you know, particularly Thomas, because I feel like he's going sooner than later. Brett Kavanaugh, I don't have a time frame. I think it's going to play out. We'll be able to see it. And then before we know it, he's just gone. So I'm going to take a look at both of them. Let's look at Brett Kavanaugh first. What do we need to know about him? What do we need to know about him? When I go into his energy, he feels very worried and very concerned to me for some reason. So I think he knows something that's going on. First card that I get for him is Lovers. So that makes me wonder, what kind of contracts and deals has he made? What has he done with other people that is causing him now to be anxious and worried? The obstacle would be his inability to assess things correctly. Let me just ask Spirit, is there anything else we need to know about this? I just keep hearing he's trusting the wrong people. He's putting his faith in the wrong people. So here he is trying to get away with it. Who's surprised that we got the Seven of Swords, right? So he's trying to get away with it. You know, just the fact that he's there, to me, embodies the Seven of Swords. But then, here we go. Ten of Swords. He's ultimately going to be betrayed and feeling like he was stabbed in the back. So that's pretty consistent with what I've been getting for him. Like I've told you before, I know it was very upsetting that these people even got put on there, but I also don't see that they're going to be there for long. Now, are they going to try to, you know, like I said, sow as much discord as possible? Yes, they are, but things can be overturned also. You know, I think that's the thing that we need to remember is that, no, this is not ideal, but it's already happening. So what can we do in the meantime? Well, certainly we can get out and vote. We can protest. We can write letters, because these people, you know, it's just a handful of people that is controlling our country that is going against our wishes, the majority. So let's take a look at Clarence Thomas. To me, he's a mess. Energetically, he is a mess. He knows what's coming. And I feel like he knows more than we do. And I think that's why he's acting this way. He knows what's coming down the road for him. Okay, Clarence Thomas. So here he is seeing himself as the emperor. Who's surprised, right? He does. He's, the king of the day. Thinking that he can just do whatever it is that he wishes. And, no matter how it affects the rest of us, right? Interesting. To see this reversed is very interesting because I didn't put it in the deck, upside down. So, all right. So this is not going to work out the way he was hoping. So, when it's upright, it's great. He's victorious. He's triumphant. He's a leader. He's emerged from a battle stronger than ever. But now it's upside down. So, all right. That tells me a lot. This has to do with money. Who's surprised, right? That this all has to do with money. Lots of conflict surrounding him. Lots and lots of conflict. And he's going to feel like things are speeding up. Which is why I think he's going to act more erratically, because things are speeding up. But there's other governmental official people around him. And I think that's going to be his undoing. And when everything is said and done, look at this, he ends up feeling burdened and oppressed. So that tells me, yeah, this is not going to work out the way he was hoping. But I just see him going. I really don't see him staying. Sooner than Brett Kavanaugh, though. So I thought we would take a look at the future of Roe versus Wade. And I still maintain my stance because I told you guys, we sort of knew that this was going to happen, right? The way the Supreme Court was stacked, how could it not? The only way this wasn't going to happen is if you really believed that these justices like Kavanaugh and, Clarence Thomas and the rest of them that are like this. The only way that you could think that is that if you really believe they're going to have a spiritual epiphany, that they're going to see the light, they're going to wake up. And I have, my guides, Archangel Uriel that I channeled for members the other day, have all said the same thing. No, it's not going to happen. Because I have asked that question. Is this part of I've asked this about 45. Are these people acting the way that they're acting because they're going to be more enlightened afterwards for it? There's lessons that they're going to learn. And the answer is always a resounding no. They're doing this because they're selfish, greedy people. That's what I always get. So the future of Roe versus Wade, in the short term, I think it's obvious. In the long term, I do see it, being not just coming back, but actually being improved upon. So, it's this meantime, though, where humans are suffering, right? And I can't just say women, because a lot of them are really young ladies, right? Girls. Let's be honest here. Teenagers. All right. So the future of Roe versus Wade. Okay, so the first card I get is actually pretty empowering. It's the Chariot. So it's going to move forward. This is going to move forward. It's, I know right now, we're kind of stuck in this stagnant period that we don't really like, we're not too comfortable with, but it's not going to last forever. And this is also a card of taking control, right? Because a chariot doesn't move by itself. Something has to be a catalyst to make the animals go. So, I do feel and it's going to be us forcing the government to take control. But look at what the obstacle is, and who is surprised? It's money changing hands. It's money changing hands. So not surprised that, this was a decision based on financial backers. That's how I feel. Things are going to be stuck and hung up for a bit. Here's the Hanged Man. None of us are surprised at this, right? We sort of knew that this was coming. It is testing. Oh, this is funny because I actually got this when I read on Milu's channel too. It's testing our patience, our courage, our inner strength. But this card also tells us that we're resilient. We're going to get through this. We are. And then, you know, we do get the card. Okay, I like this. We get the card of peace, love, and happiness. Things are going to get better. And, you know, you have all these happy people down here. So that's a nice thing. And one phase is ending and a new one will begin. So this isn't permanent. And, you know, I think that's the thing to remember. I mean, it's like I said, I mean, this is not what we wanted. But now that we're stuck in this, I mean, we have to do what we can do, right? Because it's not about the children. It never, I mean, I believe in protecting children as much as the next person. But this has nothing to do with children. It's about power and control. Because if it was about the children, then why aren't they making programs to actually help the children once they're born? I was looking up how many children are in foster care in this country. And I saw that in my state alone, there's 12,000. 12,000 in foster care. Why aren't these people adopting these children? If you love children so much and you believe in helping them, why aren't you adopting them? And it's because it's not about the children. And it never was. It's about controlling women. So let's finish up because I thought this was a really compelling story. So I know there's been a lot of seizures. You know, it's hard to keep up with. Let's face it, it's hard to keep up with all of them. But this is one of the lawyers that was helping 45 overturn the election. His name is John Eastman. He was coming out of a restaurant and they seized his iPhone. They took his iPhone. So let's see what John Eastman's going to do. I think he is ultimately going to really sing like a canary when everything is said and done. Okay. When I go into his energy, I feel fear. This man is scared. So at the heart of it, who's surprised, is money. Okay, so this is a man that's clearly motivated by cash, who is surprised, right? I don't think any of us is. So, you know, he is very much worried about finances. He did this, what he had done in the past, for money, not for, I would say that he truly believed in 45 and really wanted to see him succeed for altruistic type purposes. No, he wanted money. His obstacle is that he is disillusioned. He's living in a fantasy land. Things are not realistic, right? The things inside of this card, this is the 7 of Cups, they're fake. They're not real. There's castles and fairies and baubles. It's a mishmash of his disillusion. He ends up pulling back, withdrawing, retreating. Okay, so that tells me this is also a card that can indicate poor health too. And where I was picking up on stress, I'm kind of leaning towards that also. So first of all, his life has changed. He's not going to have that great lifestyle that he once had. His life is going to change. And then we finish up with, there is so much that he doesn't know. So here's the thing. They knew enough to seize his iPhone. And that tells me that they're suspecting a lot of things. They know a lot of things. And also, too, the moon, very similar to the 7 of Cups, is a card of disillusionment, which just testifies to the fact that he really is disillusioned. He's not living in the same reality as us at all. So I thought I would finish with a 3-card pull of the Fairy deck by Radley Valentine. I'm just going to give them a quick shuffle. I'll pick 3 and then you can pick the one that resonates with you. Okay. I'll take this one and this one. Okay, let's see. All right, so we have 3 cards here. 1, 2, and 3. Take a deep breath, center yourself, and go with whichever one speaks to you. Don't overthink it. Here we go. The first card is Prince of Autumn. And it says, cautious but wise action, meticulous attention to detail, kindness to others. So it's saying, go ahead and take action, be careful, be cautious, and really pay attention to the details. Do your due diligence. Number 2, oh, I got 2 princes here. This is Prince of Winter. That one is Prince of Autumn, Prince of Winter. That's an adorable one, isn't it? I have a tarot deck coming of all animals. I should be getting it next week. Seek out an intellectual solution to your problem. The need to act quickly and decisively, sudden or unexpected changes. So things are sort of changing themselves up in your world a bit. And as those changes are happening, don't get flustered, don't get upset, because change is often good in the long run. Be more like the Suit of Swords in the tarot. Be intelligent, analytical, be fair and balanced, see both sides of the issue, that sort of thing. Don't panic, take a deep breath is what they're saying. And then number 3, 2 of Spring. A bright future manifested through hard work and creativity. Partnering with others who share your dreams. Great progress being made. So this is really nice, you know, because spring is a time of renewal and rebirth, new beginnings. And so, you know, it's saying like you're going to reap what you've sown. And so all of your hard work is going to pay off. All those seeds you've been planting are going to come into fruition. So, all right, everyone. If I don't see you again before the holiday, even though I will put out some videos and whatnot, and for members too, please have a happy and healthy, safe 4th of July. Bye, everyone.